This is the Math Level 2 practice exam, the solution to problem number 20. So m of x equals the natural log of x plus 1, and we need to know what is the inverse of m of x, but actually the inverse when x equals -2. So if you've got like your function here, mapping inputs to outputs for m of x, which we have the formula for. When the output is -2, the question is what was the input? That'll be the same as evaluating m of -1, meaning m inverse, at -2, x equals -2. So what is that? Well, one way you can do this is, I should just put an x there, is to figure out, okay, what actually is the inverse of the original function. So the original function, if you write it in terms of y, is the natural log of x plus 1. When finding the inverse, you may remember this from class, you can switch x and y. So if you switch your locations of x and y, and then solve for the new y, that will give you the actual inverse formula. So right now you have a logarithmic equation where the argument of the log is what you're trying to solve for. So if you convert it to an exponential, so this would be e to the x, an exponential equation, that's equal to y plus 1. E to the x power is equal to y plus 1. Now, e to the x subtract 1 equals y. This y is actually the inverse. So what we can say is that m inverse equals e to the x minus 1. Now go back and evaluate when x equals -2. M inverse of -2 is equal to e to the -2 minus 1. Now that's not directly written that way, but e to the -2 is 1 over e squared minus 1. That is choice E.